Hello, it is Voila Videos here with my first real hardware review. And today I will be reviewing the Nintendo DS Lite. So, the Nintendo DS Lite was released in 2006 as the successor to the original DS Lite, which was released in 2004. It improved upon the screen quality and the overall look of the system. It is lighter, it is smaller, more minimalistic. So, it pretty much took over the market as the actual DS. So, when people think of a DS, they think of a DS Lite. No one really knew about the original DS anymore. So, a problem with this design was actually it would crack here. It would crack in that corner, like on this one. And to fix that, I put some rubber band and some tape around that. So, that is an error in the design of this. The cartridges for the games would look like this, and they would go into slot 1 option. You put it in, you let it fall in, and then you just push it in a little bit more, and when it clicks like that, you're ready to play. When you turn it on, it takes only a few seconds to boot up, and it has this health and safety guide. You can either tap the screen, hit A or B or R or L to start or select to continue. Then you have a limited function home screen. You can play your DS game here. You can have Pick to Chat, which is a texting-like feature. It's kind of the multiplayer, kind of like the Xbox Live or the PlayStation Plus of this. Download Play lets you play multiplayer on people who don't have the same game as you, but you still want to play multiplayer with them. You can play Game Boy Advance games. It is backwards compatible with only Game Boy Advance games. No Game Boy, no Game Boy Color games. And those would go in the slot 2 option, which is right here. So, the brightness is down here. It has 4 options here. Well, I might as well explain this one in a minute. This is the settings. You can set your language, what screen you want the GBA on, like top screen or bottom screen when you're playing GBA, because the GBA only had one screen. How you want it to start up. Over here you could set an alarm, the time, or the day. Here's your user information. This is your personal greeting. Over here, this is your name, your birthday, and your favorite color, which will set these bars here to different colors. And then you have a coordination thing. Like, it calibrates the touch screen. And when you quit, it shuts down your system. And you have to turn it back on. I don't know why it does that. It doesn't seem very necessary. So, here is the brightness. It has 4 options. You have that, and that. Obviously the brightest uses up the most battery. And to set your alarm, you hit that little clock down there. Even though, I didn't mean for that to happen, but, even though the DS has its shortcomings with the hinge is not too well built. It is one of Nintendo's most well-built consoles. Aside from that, it has these speakers up here. These rubber feet cover the screws that are used to pop open the top. You have a 8-way D-pad that can be pushed down, up, right, or left. Diagonally up, diagonally down, diagonally down. You have your standard A and B buttons, as well as an X and Y, which is a addition from the earlier Game Boy, which only had A and B. It also has a start and select button, like an NES controller would have. Here's your Game Boy Advance slot. And if you were wondering, if you take a Game Boy game or a Game Boy Color game and try to fit it in here, it does not go in. See? So, I'll just... It says there is no cartridge. It does not let you play earlier Game Boy or Game Boy Color games, but it will let you play Game Boy Advance. So I don't actually have any real Game Boy Advance games, but this is kind of the same thing. It's about the same size. So you just slip it in here and stick right in there. It does pop out a little bit, like the real Game Boy Advance cartridges come out to like right here, I believe. Anyway, it has a clamshell design, and the hinge has 2 positions, 1, 2, and it can fold up, and it stays folded up if you want to take it places. Here is a plug for a headphone. It's a 3.5mm headphone. Yes, that does work with Apple earbuds. And this is a microphone. Here's your volume slider. Up is this way, down is that way. On this side we have absolutely nothing. On the back we have our DS cartridge slot, which you push to eject and push to inject, I believe. You have screws that are here and here, and over here we have our DS Lite logo and slot 2. Obviously it says slot 2. Here's our barcode. It says the same thing as it does on the back of 3DS, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, blah 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 blah. Here's where you plug in your charger. Here is your random accessory hole thing that you could use to, like, as a keychain or something like that. Your stylus usually goes in here. I do not have my stylus with me, but here's a 3DS stylus. The 3DS stylus does fit in this, not as well as the regular DS stylus, but it is okay. I actually have 2 of these. I've had this one longer. I've had this one longer. So that is the hardware of the DS. You will also have your L and R buttons, left and right. And up here is your DS logo. And it has 2 screens, and here is your microphone. Your microphone is used in many games. And, well, in a few games. Like the ones that require you to blow into the microphone, such as Super Mario Bros. 64 that I have in this, the remake. And it's actually, I like it better than the version for the N64. It has better graphics, actually. This actually can render 3D graphics. It has the processor of, I think it's, this is a 32-bit system. And and render 3D graphics because of that. This is a touch screen down here. That's a regular LCD screen, and you can use the stylus on this, or you could use input from a finger, like my thumb. So I'm going to start up a game in this, and we will see how it looks. So the Nintendo DS displays 3D graphics okay, and it's a little bit hard to control because of the lack of a joystick. And instead we have a D-pad, only a D-pad. But otherwise, its graphics are pretty good. It has a pretty good resolution. You can see the pixels in real life, but you won't really notice that while you're playing because you'll be into the game. This thing has a huge game library, considering it has all of the DS games and all of the Game Boy Advance games. So that is a lot to try and play. This light on the right turns green when the system is on, and it turns red when the system is low on battery. And then the one next to it, which is hard to see, I'll try. You can kind of see it. it turns orange while the system is plugged in. And this power slider slides back into place when you switch it up. But basically, you slide it up to turn it on, and you slide it up again to turn it back off, opposed to like the switches on the Game Boys and the button on the 3DS. So that is my review of the Nintendo DS. I hope you liked this video. Please like, comment, dislike, it's fine. Just as long as you help me out by watching my video. I enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the Nintendo DS Lite.